Okay. Going on a night walk here, and something that I'm trying to do is, instead of come up with a harsh schedule, come up with how do I explain it? Thick and thin schedules of okay, at this time around in the morning, I should be doing this sort of thing, And then okay, before it gets to the afternoon, I should have gone to the gym, right? Is this even... Yeah, it's much better, I think. So it's not so much that I have to go to the gym before a certain time, or I go to the gym every day at this time, right? Because I feel like for me that doesn't really work so much. So something that I try and put in my head is if I make it to the gym before noon, then I've made a really good day, and then I have to do one more thing in the afternoon. And on the contrary, if it's hitting 4 p.m. or something and I haven't gone to the gym, that means I need to reconsider what I need to get done in that day. And it's time for me to sit down with a piece of paper and pencil and figure out not really where I went wrong, but okay, what needs to happen now? How do I shift the rest of my week then? So something else that helps me with my schedule is every week go to the gym on Monday, and then I try and go as early as possible, and then on Wednesday I hit the gym again, and I try and do it before 2 p.m. And then by the end of the week or something, I just try to go to the gym on Friday. I just try and attempt to make it to the gym. And then if I don't, then I still have Saturday and Sunday. And Saturday and Sunday, I just know if I don't go first thing, that it's going to be so crowded, I'm just going to have to wait. And sometimes that's just what I got to do that weekend or whatever. But I'm trying to instill a night walk before bedtime now to keep my step count up. And I just looked today and I was above 10K. I'm trying to hit a 10K average for my week, as far as steps, if you do step counting or whatever. So instead of that, what is it? Oh, so I hit my 10K steps before, I walked 2 blocks, and I was I'm already above the average. So today is the day that I try and go 15K steps and just raise my overall average, rather than trying to make it every day, no matter what. And there are periods of my life where I do that. I feel things ebb and flow. Okay, so here's what I want to talk about. So when you're a freelancer, you have to realize that your life ebbs and flows. It's not necessarily a strict line of menial productivity. It's just sometimes there's really, really low lows for a long time. And then sometimes you're working a bunch on a bunch of different projects. And this thing that I'm talking about is, raising my weekly average for my steps, for my step counter. And when you're working for yourself, when you're creating for yourself, you must raise your work status average. So I'm making that up as I kind of talk, because it's like, if in times that you're very busy, you need to average that out and actually relax a little bit more and de-stress yourself and like prep yourself for whatever project you're working on, if it's a month long, if it's a week long, 3 days, whatever. Then on down periods when you can sit around and play video games for a really long time, or knock out a bunch of Netflix shows, more likely, you just raise your average from doing that for a whole day to like a half a day, right? And then you could do that for a few weeks, and then for another few weeks you raise that up. Like, instead of going from like 100 to 0 or 0 to 100, you go like 0 to like 25%. Then you go from 25% to like 60%. And then when you find the 60 to 70% average, I feel like that's a good place to be. When you're busy on enough things every day for like 60% of the day, on average, you're busy like 60 or 70% of that week, I feel like that's a very healthy longevity type style of productivity. I've talked to my buddy, and we've done like like schedule checks. Like, we check each other's schedule and give each other feedback on or ask each other questions. Just because like him and I have like very different work schedules and goals and life goals and such. And so just being interested of like, why would you take a nap first thing in the morning when you woke up, And, he's like, why would you not do anything for a week straight? And I'm like, well, I just got done like 4 weeks of just like overnights and long days, 16, 17-hour days. And my body just physically needs to recover. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's, let me know in the comments what you do. Let me know in the comments if you have a routine, or like some people have like an early morning routine and stick to that daily and that works for them. And I've tried that out before too. And I use like a hybrid version of that in my schedule. But yeah, I think the best thing to try and do is just like not beat yourself up and not give yourself too much guff, and realize that it's all good. I don't know how else to say that, but like stating that your productivity doesn't equal who you are, or what your true values are, or how valuable you are as a person in people's lives, is the number in your bank account right now doesn't reflect how much it's going to be in the future, and what your current life status is sometimes is consequential to seeds of actions that you didn't know were inhibiting you, and you're able to instill better seeds in your life, that the plant or the tree may grow stronger from a better, more reliable knowledge source. A lot of us are living lives that we picked out when we were like 16. If you think about that, you like had an idea when you're like 16, and then now you're like in your 20s or 30s, and you're like, what was I thinking? Why did I think that this is going to be a good idea? I could have done, if I would have known that now, I could have done like a little bit different and taken like 1 or 2 more classes, and had a drastically different lifestyle or something. But that's what's going on in my mind on this walk. So have a good night. Leave a comment at your schedules.